I didn't notice the hush that swept through the room. What I didn't notice were her eyes, wide, glossy, trembling. She was mid-laugh, something playful and flirty lingering in her tone, when the double doors creaked open behind me. Two men stepped inside, suits sharp as razors, earpieces snug, eyes sweeping across the crowd with the precision of predators in a fog. Heads turned, conversations stilled. Whispers floated through the air like rising smoke. That's when she really saw me. She gripped her wine glass as if it held the answers to the last decade of her life. But before we get there, you need to understand what she did. We were high school sweethearts. She was light, vivid, radiant, ambitious. I was a quiet one, raised on scraps, taught to fight for every inch of ground. She used to say that made her proud. She used to kiss my scars. The night before I deployed, she cried into my chest and told me she'd wait, that we were forever. I believed her. Every letter I sent was marked with desert grit and the iron scent of dried blood. I measured time by detonations, by the burn in my chest every time her name echoed inside it. Then one day, silence. Her letters stopped. Weeks bled into months. I told myself maybe she was sick, or worse. Then a buddy handed me his phone one night. "She's in Vegas with some guy," he said. "Thought you should see this." There she was, my wife, draped in less than what my memory had preserved, wrapped around a man built like bottle service, and smiling like a rental car salesman. The caption, "To New Beginnings." I didn't cry. I didn't shout. Something inside me just stopped, quietly, permanently. 3 weeks later, she mailed me a single letter. No signature. No apology. I need someone successful. Someone who can give me the life I deserve. You chose war. I choose peace. She took the car, drained the bank account, left behind a flag and a future folded like a goodbye. When I returned home, I didn't go back. Not to our town. Not to the ashes of what we were. I went to war again. Only this time, the battlefield was business. I started with scraps. A battered laptop, cheap instant coffee, nights that blurred into dawns, real estate, logistics, government contracts, one deal, then another, then 100. I didn't chase success, I engineered it. 12 years later, I owned the building where our high school reunion was being hosted. Let that sit with you for a second. The invitation arrived like a forgotten memory tucked into a white envelope. I RSVP'd with a single word, attending. No +1. She got there before I did. A little older, still sculpted by vanity. Her laugh louder than the music. Her voice drenched in performance. Trying hard to play the role of success. I arrived alone, dressed in quiet wealth. No logos, no shine. Just presence. She didn't notice me at first. Why would she? She was looking for the old version of me, scarred, poor, invisible. Then the atmosphere shifted. My security team flanked me like shadows. One positioned at the bar. The other scanned the room with surgical precision. People whispered. Her laugh died in her throat. She blinked, like trying to focus a picture distorted by time. "Michael," she said, her voice suddenly delicate. I nodded. She smiled, the kind women wear when auditioning for their past. "Wow, look at you. You look incredible." I just stared at her. Let silence do the speaking. She stepped in. "It's been ages. Looks like you've done well for yourself." "I have," I replied, voice calm, like a scalpel slicing truth. She tucked a lock of hair behind her ear. A nervous habit I remembered well. "So, are you seeing anyone?" I leaned in slightly. "I have people I trust. People who stayed." Her face cracked. Just for a second. I handed her a small black envelope. She opened it. Inside was a deed. Her childhood home, mine now. "I bought it last year," I said. "Demolition starts next week. I'm building a veterans center there. Figure it was time to raise something good where things went wrong." She stared at the paper like it was burning her fingers. "You? Why would you?" "Because once," I said, "you told me I'd never be enough, that I'd never be someone." Her eyes glistened. I was scared. I was stupid. No, I said, you were honest. Then I let silence do what it does best. Cut deeper than words ever could. She looked around. People were watching now. Her friends, former flings, all seeing her through a new lens. The man she walked away from had returned, carved from fire, forged into power. She tried to laugh. A desperate, airy thing. Well, looks like you got the last word. I stepped in close. Calm. Steady. No, this isn't the last word. I said, the last word is irrelevance, and you're already living in it. I turned and walked away. Not fast, not slow, just done. My security followed, and the doors closed behind me. Outside, I drew a deep breath, not because I needed air, but because I no longer needed her memory. People think revenge is loud, explosive, furious. It's not. It's your name being spoken in rooms where theirs has long been forgotten. It's the silence after the door closes. And knowing you built a life so high, they have to look up just to remember what they lost.